welcome to the stage, Mike Zakarian.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NBA Bit. Apologies for the last couple of days. Did we even do one on Friday? I can't remember when the last time we did an NBA Bit was. We were down bad the last few days, and I mean, honestly, it sounds probably worse than it is right now. But good Lord, it's good to be back though, and we get a lot to talk about, man. The hoops are crazy, and like we had a lot to talk about for the last couple of days, but then last night was just exciting enough that we have a lot to parse through. Who do we got in the chat this morning, though? Matic Auto smoked some, as always. Honestly, it sounds like I smoked a lot, not some. It sounds like I smoked a ton right now. So we got Matic Auto up in here. You love to see it. I saw we have Stubbs down there. Stubbs down here. We got Travel Addict in Poland. We've got our guy. Yeah, hashtag illegal screen. Also, Joe Mazzulla was proven right. I don't know. For those that missed it, after the Celtics lost to the Pacers, they, the last play of the game, was it Nembhard? Somebody set an illegal screen, and so after the game, they were asking him just different questions, nothing to do with the screen, and Joe's response was illegal screen, illegal screen, illegal screen. But then the NBA came out and said it wasn't a legal screen. Snoopaloop, licking his wounds this morning, said, Happy National Dress Up Your Pet Day. You love that. DJP in the chat, we got Patty Coyne up in here. Love to see it. Let's dive in. Just real quick too. NBA Bill will be back tomorrow too. It should be, unless we revert or regress. I don't know what the word I was looking for. We'll be back tomorrow and on Friday. And then the Live Before Lock will be back on Friday too. The 89 Cavs were supposed to be back on Monday, but that's how down bad we were. So hopefully we're back again soon. Let's go, because we get some funky stuff to start with, and in honor of our guy Aaron Borland, let's start with a game that got out of hand just immediately last night. So the Timberwolves to this game. Listen, this game was like I think a 2.5 point spread. And they won 139-106. And let me tell you, it wasn't that close. It wasn't. It should have. They just smoked them. They outscored them by 18 in the first quarter, dropping 38 points. Then they mirrored that with another 38 points in the second quarter. So they were up 23 going into halftime. And I mean, it was crazy. And, there was this report last week or 2 weeks ago, I can't remember how long it was, where Sam Amick was able to sidle up next to Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think was it after a Lakers game? I can't remember who they were playing. It was after the game, and he was asking him questions about like his future and what's next, and Giannis gave, I'm not going anywhere, but also maybe, but was trying to, speak pretty strongly about his, loyalty and how he's 100% committed and all this stuff. So last night, they're getting waxed. And I haven't even said yet that Minnesota was without Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert. So their best offensive player. And honestly, Rudy's given I know we like to dunk on Rudy. Rudy's having one of his better defensive seasons of his career. It's kind of crazy. They're without both their defense and their offense in this game. Mike Conley, 88-year-old Mike Conley was in the starting lineup. You got more Naz Reid, right? All of this stuff. So last night, the game is getting out of hand. I believe it's in the third quarter, and the Bucks fans, because this is a home game, mind you, the Bucks fans are booing. And Giannis gets a tough and one, and then boos back. He boos back at the fans and gives them like a thumbs down. I wonder if that conversation with Sam Amick, if it happened 2 weeks later, if it would have had a different tenor to it. Because since then, I know they did get a good win against Cleveland, maybe. I forget who they beat. But they're now, we're halfway through the season. They're 6 games under 500, and they've got back-to-back losses to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who, again, without Ant, without Rudy, and with a loss to the Denver Nuggets, who we didn't do a show, but Denver, that was the game. No Aaron Gordon, I believe, no Christian Brown, no Jamal Murray. It was like Jalen Pickett, Zeke Naji, Patrick Coyne, like that was your starting five. Like it was terrible, and they lose both of these games here. Kyle Kuzma, after being on daytime television on the Jennifer Hudson show, doing his little dance, he played 21 minutes and he almost snelled us. He had 2 points, 2 assists, and a block. Giannis in this game did have 25, 8 and 5, 7 turnovers, though, in the 31 minutes he played. Bobby Portis got the start ahead of Miles Turner, who was out with an illness. He had 14 and 7. KPJ 13, 8 and 4. Minnesota, though, listen, they continue to be the guy, the team that I like the most in the West that's not considered one of the faves. And again, they just continue to stack up W's in this situation. They're now 27 and 14, and they're just ripping up W's, moving up the Western Conference standings here. As my computer has frozen a little bit, we got to do a little reset here. They just continue to get W's. And yeah, man, I'm with Snoopaloop here. I don't understand why Doc is still coaching either. Is he coaching? You could argue, is he coaching? I don't know if he is. Man, my computer is so frozen right now. Hopefully we don't die here, but we might have to continue looking at this screen because I can't share screen right now. My mouse has disappeared, which is sick. Yeah, I don't understand why Doc's still coaching. I don't know why does he want to coach this team? Like just take the night off, man. Go play some golf. Go play some. I just can't believe he came out of retirement for this. And they don't have any moves. Like they're trying to bring all the domestic abusers onto one team, right? There's rumors that they're going after Miles Bridges right now, which is like, okay, yeah, sure, putting a Band-Aid on. Let's not do it. But yeah, maybe they trade for Miles Bridges. They're Michael Porter Jr. rumor. Sure, man. You want to go do that? You can go do that if you want. But I just don't. I don't see it. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why. I don't know why you would go. Dive deeper into the abyss here and just continue to fraction off the future or what there's left of the future. And I don't know. And I think the Giannis stuff, I don't think anybody's putting together any sort of Giannis package before the trade deadline. Like I don't see that happening, but I do imagine that we see him on a different team come September. I do. I just don't. I don't think. I mean, booing back the fans, and he was like, "If you don't believe in me, then I don't believe in you." And it's like, man, I don't know. I think if you lose by 30 at home to a team missing 2 of their better players when you're in win now situations, it's okay to get booed, man. It's okay to get booed. As long as you're not saying crazy, booing is a part of the experience. Booing is a part of the experience. I think if you can respectfully boo. Magic Carp saying in the chat, I really wish we'd get crap ton for Giannis and start over. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't even know what that looks like. I'm the Atlanta stuff is pretty interesting. If they could include that Pelly's pick, right? And maybe it's a move that happens closer to the draft. But I would hate for it to end like this. I don't want him, the animosity between a superstar in this level, in a mid-level market team that did get them a chip, against all odds, got him a chip. I would like this to end nicely. And I'm sure when he does eventually go and there's some time and space between it, he will be appreciated. And I think it whatever, Giannis takes it personally and about getting booed. I think any sort of realistic fan, and honestly, Giannis too, and maybe he's just trying to wear the pride of the Bucks jersey, but I don't think anybody in that audience, in that stands, was booing Giannis, right? No one's booing Giannis. Giannis has just continued to be a top 3 player in the league, whether their team is 6 games over or under 500, right? Whether they're a 2 seed or a 9 seed, Giannis has been just continued to be excellent. The booing is probably towards, hey, why did we punt Chris Middleton for Kyle Kuzma? Somehow Chris Middleton on a shit team playing 15 minutes a game is outproducing and outperforming Kyle Kuzma. Miles Turner, who you sent Dame to Portland and was like, hey, we'll pay you to go away and we'll go get Miles Turner, who's averaging 12 and 8 or whatever the hell he's averaging, right? His team is just cooked. This team is cooked, and it's not Giannis's fault. Nobody's blaming Giannis. All right, I would love to. I would love to do another game here if I could get access to my mouse. I don't know what is going on. Um, and this is pretty frustrating, but maybe can I? Let's see if we do this. That'll remove the screen. Yeah, 12-8 is probably generous for Miles Turner. I know. It has been bad. It has really been bad. Almost as bad as this mouse's performance here. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Mike Sakarian, yeah, control. I did control alt delete, and then the task manager's not even showing up, man. It's not even showing up. I'm getting the blinkies. I'm getting the blinkies on screen. Let's just talk about the Lakers for a second here. So LeBron and man, what a mess, dude. What a mess last night from that slate. Freaking Luka after the game is like, I really hurt myself in warmups. I don't know if I can play tomorrow. This was 2 days ago. LeBron is on record being like, I'm 41 now, man. I'm questionable all the time, especially if we play a back-to-back. They're at home. They're playing against the Hawks. Hawks are favored by 3.5. So it's like, man, one of them's got to sit, right? They signed Kobe Buffkin. Kobe Buffkin gets, oh, here we go. We got our mouse now, baby. We got our, oh, only for a second. Miles is doing 12-5. Holy crap. But yeah, everything on paper is telling us, yeah, we're probably not seeing one of those guys tonight. And then what ends up happening, everybody plays. They have career nights last night. It was out of control. Out of control last night. Man, this is so frustrating. Maybe I'm still sick and I'm just having a stroke right now. But last night, right, you have the Lakers go out there and just beat the pants off of the Hawks, 141-116. And listen to these lines here from the Lakers. Like, LeBron still played 32 minutes. Couldn't believe that. He had 31 points, 10 dimes, and 9 boards with a steal and a block. You had Luka, who had 27, 12, and 5 in those minutes. And then you've got like Laravia game 17-4. DeAndre Ayton, even DeAndre Ayton showed up to work. And this is what happens. If you lose to the Sacramento Kings, maybe this is what we should do from now on. Anytime a team loses to the Sacramento Kings, the very next game they play, we should bet $1 million on the money line for that team. Because losing to the Kings, watching the beam get lit for the 9th or 10th time in front of your eyes has to just be like, hey, man, we can't allow this to happen again. We can't allow this to happen again. And yeah, so Luka, LeBron, everybody cooked. If you were playing underdog last night, I did not punch a ticket into the dog bowl. We continue to be dog bowl-less. We will not be going to the live final. We punted just not thousands, but we punted last night. But the Lakers needed that win. Also, a funny storyline. Rich Paul. Also, is anybody listening to the Rich Paul Max Kellerman podcast? Is anybody like checking that out? I have yet to do it. But apparently Rich Paul just can't stop listing Austin Reeves trade ideas. And so it got to the point now where yesterday Austin Reeves' agent approaches Rich Paul's agent. I guess they talked for like 5 minutes courtside. And Austin Reeves' agent's baby is just basically doing, what's that meme? He's like, "What, baby, what are you doing? Or what you doing, baby?" Well, I forget what the meme is now. But anyways, yeah, he's just kind of like, "Hey man, what's going on? Can you chill out? Can you chill out?" And I just, one, I don't know who's listening to that podcast. I just don't. They're filming it. It's just so black in there. You guys notice that? They seem like they're in a warehouse, but they won't turn the lights on in the warehouse. It's a very odd setup. Anyway, so they're just trying to trade Austin Reeves. They asked LeBron about it after the game, and LeBron was like, "Rich Paul's his own man. I can't control Rich Paul." I don't think they should trade Austin Reeves. I don't know. I think that's kind of silly, but that is where they're at right now. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I thought that was kind of funny. Anyways, Lakers needed that win. They've been playing some shit basketball lately, so they needed that W as the West is getting a little funky. I mentioned I wanted to go back to Minnesota. This is when my computer was crapping out a little bit. This really is frustrating. I have what probably ended up happening is I have like 45 tabs open right now, and my computer's like, "Hey man, you need to stop doing all this stuff." But I continue to think that Minnesota is like my favorite Western Conference bet right now. They are now in the 4 seed, winners of 2 in a row, 7-3 in their last 10. They are a half game out of the 2 seed. They're a half game out of the 2 seed, and they are still playing Old Man Conley. They are a point guard away from being like a real problem in the Western Conference. Let's go to OKC and San Antonio. Who I mean, OKC was just like, hey, remember when we lost 3 games to the Spurs in a row? That was some cute shit. That was cute, but we're adults now. All right, we're adults now. Oh my God! Finally, I can see clearly now. My mouse is working. OKC won 119. 119. I believe it was 108. Actually, there we go. Bang, bang. 119.98. Look at this shit. We're not playing the song tonight. No Harrison Barnes love. He had 2 points. But Wemby gets the start close to 30 minutes here. Close to 30 minutes instead. 28, 17, and 7. Only 1 block, no steals. Pretty floor performance from Wemby. Castle finally returned to form here. Castle's been kind of rough the last week or so. He had 28 and 7, 5 turnovers. But the story is just that OKC is too good. Oh my God, the mouse froze again. This is so frustrating. OKC was too much. I think they insert the Michael Jordan meme here, where they were just too much, man. They took that personally. SGA went out there, just hooped, and it wasn't close. This game was out of control right away, and it was donezo. It was donezo. SGA finishes the game with 34, 5, and 5, and then they got kind of like floor performances from J-Dub and Chet. But nobody had to play more than 34 minutes. They just cooked them. They cooked them. And OKC was just a reminder, like, hey, listen, you know how we've been stumbling a little bit? We've also only lost 7 games the entire fucking season. We're 34 and 7. Everybody relax. Had Wemby over 19 and a half, and then sat for the last 6 minutes of the game. Yeah, it's hard to bet on Wemby overs right now, just in general, because you don't know how many minutes he's going to play. And, like, his minutes are thin anyways. But I guess maybe if this game was close, he was on pace for 30-plus. But, yeah, OKC still the favorites. Still the favorites here, man. And that's that. Congrats to SGA. Congrats to OKC. The other team in the West that I'm starting to get excited about, that's just fun. Like, the team is just fun right now. The Denver Nuggets, dude. The Denver Nuggets, man, like, they are winning games here without Jokic, right? They dropped a couple of dumb ones, like the Brooklyn game. I forget there was another one, but they lost to Cleveland, but they beat Toronto without him. They beat we're going to talk about the Pelicans last night. They beat the 76ers in overtime. Like, they're still kind of hanging around here, right? And they're still going to be without Jokic probably for a couple more weeks, right? They're going to try to get to the All-Star break. But every win they get right now kind of takes a little bit more of the pressure off of what they, of like trying to get Jokic back, right? So they're still the 3 seed here, and they are, where is it? 5-5 in their last 10. They can live with 500, man, especially with some of the teams like the Rockets and the teams behind them that are slipping a little bit. They're 27-13, right? They played a pretty close game last night in New Orleans, and they're on a back-to-back. They're actually on ESPN tonight against Plant the Flag. But with the Pelicans, dude, with this game last night, and I want to quote Magikarp, right? Because he said this to me. You can't put the Peyton Watson back in the tube, huh? And I think I put this in the Bagel with Locks this morning, which if you missed that, please go subscribe to that. I wonder if Denver could go back in time, right? Because I don't know if it was this past offseason or if it was right before last season. They ended up they had to choose between Christian Brown and Peyton Watson, which guy they were going to extend, and they weren't going to pay both of them yet, right? And so they end up paying CB, and honestly, not kind of crazy, right? I don't think it was crazy to extend Christian Brown. I think it was like Christian Brown is, the shot looks broken since coming back from injury, but I think he's still dealing with stuff. Like CB is a great defender and a decent 3-point shooter, right? So it's like he makes a ton of sense with Jokic on the floor. They didn't extend Peyton Watson yet, and to be fair, Peyton Watson crazy upside, shows like insane athleticism, elite defender, but was like really Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde on the offensive end. Peyton Watson has been fucking hooping. He's been insane here since Jokic has been gone. I was listening to Adam Mares from DNVR. I think he was on the Zach Lowe podcast, but he was talking about how when Jokic was still there too, there was a couple of possessions before the injury where Jokic would he passed the ball to Watson, who Watson gave it back to Jokic, and Jokic gave it right back to Watson and talked to him, I guess, after the game, or talked about it after the game, and he was like, yeah, I believe Watson can make those shots. I need him to make those shots. Take those shots, which is why Jokic is my favorite player, of all time. And Magikarp saying CB is like a perfect match with Jokic, so it's not insane. Yeah, I don't think the extension's bad. I'm just saying what we are seeing from Peyton Watson right now is crazy. So last night, 31.7 boards, 5 dimes, 2 steals, and a block on 11 for 16 shooting. He's been nuts, man. He's been so good that we're not even talking about Jamal Murray first, and you guys know how I feel about Jamal Murray. And this, I kind of think this unlocks something a little bit different, because when you start projecting towards the postseason and you think about potential matchups with either Minnesota or Oklahoma City, if Peyton Watson is not a 0 on the offensive end, now granted, this looks different with Jokic back, but if he's not a 0 on the offensive end, you are now able to play him more minutes, because that was the issue in previous postseasons, is that it's yeah, we know he can defend at a high level, but are they just going to be leaving this dude open? And now you can't, because now he will take you off the dribble, he will slash and cut, and he'll take the 3. So I don't know. I think this is pretty impressive here, a pretty impressive run. And again, just every win they can steal right now without Jokic to keep them in that top 4, top 6 conversation is huge. Is huge for them. So really good stuff from him. And then Jamal Murray, congrats, bro. You are at least third-team All-NBA, and you're making your first All-Star game. Jamal Murray, my king, dude. 35-9. 35-9. Stan Loves, are you in the chat? Is it finally time? Is it finally time to take our victory lap, baby? Jamal Murray, greater than sign Donovan Mitchell. Let's go. Let's go. A take that's been brewing for 6 years now. However, whenever the first time I got on the sticks here, would just love to see it. Murray's been hooping, man. He's just been insane. I saw Underdog tweet out his numbers here in his last 5 games. And again, this is his first game back after missing a handful here. But Jamal here it is. In his last 5 games, though, Jokic, 27.8 points per game, 11 assists per game, 5.8 rebounds per game, knocking down over 3 triples a game, shooting 42% from 3. My man, Jamal, let's go, baby. You just love to see it. You love to see it. And man, I'm just so excited for this team to hopefully give OKC some fits in the postseason. I just want between San Antonio, Minnesota, and Denver, I feel like the top 4 is going to be a lot of fun. Is Murray one of the top 8 international players? I haven't looked at it recently. Top 8. So it's SGA, Jokic, Giannis, Luka. Right, that's your clear top 4. Who else is next? Who am I forgetting? Thanasis? Would he be 5? Would he be number 5? Nah, I'm probably forgetting somebody. I gotta be Nikola Vucic, Lowry Markkanen. We might have to put Lowry Markkanen in that. For a brief moment, we thought Keontae George was Canadian, but it was Keyshawn George. Shout out Power Duster for throwing that at us. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. I'm sure the chat will let us know too. Yeah, maybe top 8. All right, let's keep going here. Oh, Şengün, yeah, Şengün's in there. There you go. That's good. Top 8, though. Top 8 seems plausible here. Man, Jamal Murray, my king. Just stay healthy, bro. Stay healthy, bro. What else do we got here? Miami Heat. Do we want to talk about them? We can talk about hashtag Heat culture. Yusuf Nurkic, the Bosnian beast. No, he's not top 10. Although, dude, Bosnian Beast. Yusuf Nurkic has been cooking lately. I can't believe it. Denny's up there. Denny's up there, man. I hope Denny gets healthy soon. He missed last night's game, and boy, did Portland miss him. So Miami got a win, and listen, Bam waited until the money was on the table. He was like, "You idiots are gonna let me go to the 6th round tonight while you try to punch your ticket to a live dog bowl final." And then he goes for 29, 9-4 with 3 stocks on 11 for 15 shooting. Tyler Hero, 23-3. You got Norman Powell after missing a game. He had 27-5. He cooked. And man, Phoenix was a little tough in this one. They cooled off 25-4 from Brooks, 18-14 from Mark Will, and then Book 24-9-9. Which was good because he left the game for a little bit with an injury and came back late. So that was good that was not serious. Glad to see the Book cook here. They fall, what's their record now? They fall to 24-15. Miami back over 500 again at 20-19. The East, man, is just kind of a mess, huh? Speaking of the East being a mess, the Chicago Bulls and the Houston Rockets played last night. Rockets finally got a W. Also, what the hell was that story, by the way? How did Houston... So Houston goes and plays Sacramento. And then they didn't get a hotel. So they lose that game. They didn't have a hotel in Sacramento, and they had to get on a bus and drive back to San Francisco or whatever. What are we doing? Also, there's no way that there were I know we were like, oh, Sacramento, that's not L.A. or anything. There's no way hotels were sold out in Sacramento. Also, how the fuck was that not booked a year ago? It's not like all of a sudden, this isn't like a Chicago-Miami situation where a game was canceled because there was condensation on the floor and this was a makeup game. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? And then, of course, Windhorse Antennas, maybe the whoever's in charge of planning is not allowed to talk to Ime Udoka. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know why. Yeah, they tried to use their Bonvoy points to book. Hey, yo, shout out Bonvoy points. That got us like a couple of free nights in Amsterdam. Shout out the Bonvoy points. We're card carrying members. That was such an insane story. I don't know how it's not booked in advance. This feels like a punishment. I feel like Ime was like, "Oh, you're gonna lose to the Kings while we've also lost to some other shit teams." Yeah, we're get on the bus. Get on the bus. But Houston, a weird thing happened last night. So they had shifted Aaron Holiday into the starting lineup when Tari Eason went down. They got Şengün back. He's been playing. He looks good. He looks good coming back from injury. But so Aaron Holiday, who was the projected star, or started the last couple of games, they moved Josh Okogie back in to get some defense out there. And then Aaron Holiday was a DNP, and you want to know why? Former Celtics G League legend, the short king himself, J.D. Davison, got 25 minutes. Didn't see that coming. Did not see that coming. Rockets finally got a win, but it was ugly, man. The Chicago Bulls, with no Kobe White, no Giddey, kept this one close. Trey Jones was cooking. In 27 minutes, had 34 and 7. Vucci Main, 14, 7 and 5. Boozy had 19 and 6. On the Houston side of things, KD's been on a heater, man. The team's been bad, but the 37-year-old's been carrying them. He had 28, 10, and 4. Goon had 23, 11, and 7. That was fun. And then Amin Thompson, 23 and 5. So Rockets finally get a W. Chicago plays again tonight against the Utah Jazz. Kobe White, who sat out last night's game, will play tonight. And then it's Lowry Markkanen revenge night, but we can talk about that in a little bit later. Hopefully my fucking mouse is working by then. But it's still not working. All right, let's do... I didn't mention the Pelicans, their portion of the game. Zion was pretty bad. They did get Bey, though, back. Sadiq Bey returned, which is pretty fun. So that was exciting. Did we do almost all the games? Yeah, the last game of the night. Thank you, Alan. The last game of the night, Golden State Warriors, they finally got a W. Dude, I'm so unimpressed by this Warriors team. I just want them to go away. You know, I want them. They're like, oh, we gotta get Michael Porter Jr. and John Kaminga. It's gonna save everything. I'm so bored. The Blazers started Caleb Love last night because there was no Denny Avdia. Drew Holiday's back, though. That's pretty fun. Good to see Drew back. He came off the bench. However, he did start the second half, played 20 minutes, 21 minutes. I think we can suspect in like 2 or 3 more games, Drew will be back to his 28 to 32 minutes, which is pretty fun. That's exciting. We need Drew back. Denny hurt his back before the last game, and it sounded bad. So we'll have to wait and see. But for the War, I don't think we have to talk about anything. Shaden Sharp ruined a bunch of people's lineups last night because we're like, oh my God, Shaden Sharp, no Denny Afdia. Yeah, the problem is Golden State won by 1 million. For Golden State, Steph had 7, 11, and 4. DeAnthony Melton, the big winner, he had 23 off the bench. Jimmy Bucks, 16, 6, and 5. Whatever. Golden State, 21 and 19. Congrats to Golden State. Just like a quick peek at the standings here. So on the east side of stuff, Pistons here. Pistons still 3.5 game lead over the Bing Bong Boys. Celtics, who dropped that game to the Pacers, they don't play again until Thursday, tomorrow night against #Heat Culture. They're now in the 3 seed, have 4.5 games back. 1 game behind them, #We the North. The Toronto Raptors, who we're going to talk about here in a second. Yeah, Power Duster, welcome to the show. Not showing the standings because my mouse doesn't work. If you haven't seen me freak out yet, I can't. My computer's tweaking, and I'm going to have to reboot it. And people don't say Control-Alt-Delete. No shit. I can't do anything. And I'm too sick to figure it out, but just bear with me. You get the Raptors, as I said, in the 4 seed. 76ers, they're playing tonight against the, I can't remember who they're playing, but we'll figure it out. I know, the Cavs, which will be fun. The Magic, real quick on Orlando, right there in the 6th seed, and shout out Franz Wagner. He's back. He's back tomorrow in Berlin. Franzi, he's coming back. That's exciting. Waited till the homecoming to play in Germany. And then you got the Cavs there in the 7th seed. Also, listen, we're halfway through the NBA season right now. We're halfway through it. The Cavs are 3 games over 500. They lost to the Utah Jazz at home the other night. Lauri Markkanen and Keontae George lit them up. The Cavs are a dumpster fire. There was a report that DeAndre Hunter, let me see, can I figure out how to, what if I do that? No. I was going to see if I can just get this screen off. There we go. Let's just do that. We'll go full screen. Can you victory lap your Cavs and Mobley takes yet? Not yet. I still think Mobley's good. I mean, he hasn't taken like the massive first team All NBA leap, but Mobley's good. Honestly, Mobley and Barnes are the same to me if you want to do that, if you want to have that conversation. But hold on, back to the Cavs. Weird thing about Cleveland, DeAndre Hunter reportedly wants out. Question for DeAndre Hunter. Who do you think you are, man? I think this is who DeAndre Hunter is, a 6th man, 7th man on a good team, right? I mean, dude, you had opportunities in Atlanta to be the guy. You're not the guy. I don't think you're a starter on it. I mean, you could start on the Jazz. You could start on the Jazz if you want. Anyways, he reportedly wants to trade. I don't see that happening. I don't know who's like, let's go get DeAndre, man. No thanks. Power Dutch said Cavs books don't get enough shade either. They're literally one of the most expensive teams in the league. Wow, Scotty is going to be all NBA this season. I don't know if he's going to be. I mean, maybe he's going to be all NBA. Yeah, maybe he's going to be all NBA. Scotty on the Cavs would be elite. Yeah, I guess if you replace Scotty and Mobley, yeah, maybe the Cavs are a little bit better and the Raptors are a little bit worse. All right, I'll listen to it. Heat are the 8 seed, Hawks are the 9 seed, and then you got the Chicago Bulls right where they want to be, the 10 seed. And then the Bucks. the Bucks are a game and a half out of the 10 seed, man. Just a shit team. The West, though, is spicy. As I mentioned, right? OKC 6.5 game lead. So all that panic. Remember, they were just two. The Spurs, 3 weeks ago, were 2 games back. They're now they've lost 2 in a row. Spurs are 4-6 in their last 10. So Spurs and Denver. How are Denver still tied for the 2 seed, man? That's incredible. Just incredible. Then the Timberwolves, just a half game behind them. The Timberwolves are going to leapfrog the Spurs here in a second. Also, I saw there was a great tweet that they were like, De'Aaron Fox's shit play has really covered up Castle and Harper's shit play, something like that. Dylan Harper's been a mess lately. Not a lot of talk about that, which is I think we were just too busy glazing the Spurs. Lakers here, they get the win. They are a half game behind the Timberwolves. They just haven't played as many games, which is kind of nuts. And then the Rockets are the 6th seed. The Phoenix Suns just a half game behind the Rockets, and then you've got a little 2.5 game gap between the Warriors, and then 3 games behind them are the Trailblazers and the Grizzlies. And then the Clippers are sniffing. Clippers are getting close. Grizzlies are kind of interesting right now. Ja Morant apparently back at practice, supposedly could play in Germany. I doubt it. Feels like Ja's played his last game with Memphis. A lot of reporting coming out of there that like Ja's still hurt because he got suspended for quitting on his team after getting called out at halftime against the Lakers like 2 months ago. It seems like Ja's gone, and it seems like the Trae Young deal, the trade, like that kind of set the trade value for Ja. So if you were thinking like, oh my God, there's going to be some blockbuster deal for Ja Morant, sounds like it's going to be some second-round picks. And John Hollinger of The Athletic reported on this, but basically was like the leak that happened where that they are now the leak, or the front office basically saying, hey, we're open to trade offers. Hollinger's speculation is that front offices usually do this after they already have a deal in place. So his belief is that they already have a deal in place for Ja, and now they're just saying, hey, do we want to start an arms race? Pew, 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 Ja Morant. So we'll have to wait and see. And then the other report that came, or the other leak, I don't know how substantiated it is, but like Jaren Jackson Jr., and the Boston Celtics were kind of linked in some, that Boston's always been interested in Triple J. I think if there's a Jaren Jackson Jr. deal to be had, it probably happens in the offseason. I mean, one appealing thing about Triple J is that he's signed an extension, so he's under contract for a while. But also the unappealing thing about Triple J is that he, already signed an extension and is pretty expensive. Yeah, thank you, Magikarp. Thank you. The only way that joke would have been funnier if it was about Desmond Bane, because then it wouldn't be about guns. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really see how. I don't. Thank you, Portland. I don't really see Triple J getting moved. Ja gets moved for peanuts. I think they were trying to link him to Minnesota. I know Minnesota needs a point guard. There's no way it's Ja Morant. Again, I'm going to continue to put my weight behind Kobe White. I hope it's Kobe White. But there's no way it's Ja Morant. Like, Ja Morant's going to go to a team like the Wizards, you know? Magikarp says JJJ has that AD Giannis problem where he wants to be a 4 for no reason. You know what, though? I actually think you got to put him as a 4. I think he's better as, like, a help defender than because he can't rebound. He can't be your 5. He doesn't rebound. He needs some. Honestly, send him to Houston so he can be next to Steven Adams, because that's the last time Jaren Jackson Jr. was elite. I don't mean elite as in like numbers, but like the last time that he was as meaningful as he can be is when he's next to a big boy. And they have a big boy there, Zach Edey, but Zach Edey, I'm sorry, guys. The foot stuff's real. And I don't like when my big boy 7-footers continue to have feet problems. You know? Joker Rock says Grizz going to wreck the team for a subpar coach and we'll still have to get rid of the coach. Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I mean, it does seem like you should. They just need to fall on the grenade. You know, their front office is so good. So it's kind of odd that they are just like falling apart here with this coach. Like you feel like they would have figured this out by now, because they are so smart. I mean, you just think about all of their late first or early second round picks that have smashed. I mean, guys like Desmond Bane and Vince Williams Jr. and Santi Aldama, like these guys they find late that just contribute right away. I mean, even Cam Spencer, like it's kind of nuts. So I don't know. They'll be interesting. Matty Harrison says Triple J peaked 4 years ago and eats up 30% of your cap space. No thanks. Yeah. The real question is who's trading for Yusuf. Nah, I don't think he's going back to Denver. I don't think they're going to run back the and they're going to get Jonas back too. I mean, not to just focus so much on Boston. And man, so we do the Celtics Daily Show, right? we do this Celtics Daily Show, and it's so funny because there's a bunch of ball knowers in here. This chat is ball knowers, and the Celtics Daily Show is some ball knowers, but it's a lot of just like it's your home, it's your Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, your Homa guys, right? It's like why would we fucking trade for a center when we got Luka Garza shooting 50 fucking percent from three, kid? Why would we do that? Why would you take away the Xavier Tillman 3 minutes a game? We don't need to make a move. We need to extend and max out Anthony Simons right now. The only problem with Anthony Simons is Joe Mazzulla's not playing 35 minutes a game. I checked his box scores from Portland. Simons could fill it up. Like, that's what a lot of the chat is. And so every time I propose the Celtics going and getting a big guy, they get upset. But like, listen, the Luka Garza stuff is fun. It's fun that he's shooting 50% from three. I think it's like a nice curveball or changeup or whatever pitching metaphor you want to use, grinder. That he comes out there, he sets some screens, he knocks down some threes. But I think if you're relying on that 20 minutes a night and you get into a postseason series, like Luka's going to get exposed. That's what happens if your name's Luka. You get exposed in the postseason. But they got to go get another big. And so whether it is like somebody that can play the same way Nemias Queta plays, and Nemi will still be the starter, but if you go get somebody like Yusuf, or if you go get somebody like a Daniel Gafford, or my favorite right now is Day'Ron Sharp, but I think he weirdly is going to be the most expensive out of all of those guys. But if you go and get one of those bigs, I think that makes a ton of sense for him. So we'll see where Yusuf goes. Nurk's playing awesome right now. It's kind of crazy. Mazzulla calling out the illegal screen was a little rich, considering that's all Kate. Get out of here. You want to know how rich it was, Power Duster? The NBA came out and said it was an illegal screen. So I don't know. I'm sorry you guys can't beat us anymore. So just take your L's, hold your chest up high. But yeah, I think the trade deadline is going to be kind of fun. There was Michael Scotto from Hoops Hype was on No Dunks yesterday. I thought that was a fun interview. Also, dude, shout out No Dunks, man. They were no longer part of The Athletic, and now all of a sudden they've got guests on left and right, and I think it's a lot of fun. It's like a good wrinkle to it. I think they're good. But anyways, he was on, and he was kind of saying he thinks Michael Porter Jr. doesn't get traded, which he is the first person, I think, in the NBA to suggest that. So I kind of still lean that MPJ's getting moved, but maybe that's something we pay attention to. But yeah, I think Michael Porter Jr. is a name to watch. John Morant's a name to watch. Chicago, I think, is supposed to trade people and won't trade people. But I do think Minnesota will be buyers. I think Atlanta's a pretty interesting team. Anthony Davis, we didn't even talk about this, but the Anthony Davis reporting is insane right now, by the way. And he came out and he was like, lies. But AD, they came back, said he's not going to need surgery, so now he can get traded. And he was like, I don't want to get traded. Whatever. But Atlanta and AD get linked to some stuff. I could see Houston poking around the edges here. Golden State, Milwaukee are going to be some desperate teams. And then DJP in the chat said it would be so funny if Kuminga doesn't get traded. That would be really funny. Golden State's going to move them for pennies on the dollar, probably. Let's get into tonight's slate. I'd love to share screen. Instead, we're going to be working off our phone because I don't know what's going on. We've got the Raptors and the Pacers tonight. And can I just tell you, man? I am excited for this game. And you want to know why? Let me just get the line. All right, so the Raptors are favored by 2.5. There's no RJ Barrett in this game. There's no Jacoby Walter in this game. And then Sandro, Sandro is questionable. I am ready to do it. It is Colin Murray Boyles night. Let's go. It's Colin Murray Boyles night. It's CMB Satellite. I'm ready for it, man. I am ready for it. He's been hooping lately. He's been playing 30-plus minutes in 4 of his last 5 games. It's Jay Huff defense. And yeah, Powder said Pacers sneakily getting a little bit healthier. They are. I mean, they beat the Celtics in a pretty fun game. They've been playing some fun defense, too, so I don't want to go too nuts in this spot. But boy, oh boy, I want it to be Colin Murray Boyles night. Siakam, I imagine, gets the Scotty Barnes assignment, so I'm not too thrilled to go Spicy P. But he's been playing a little bit better actually of late. So, but I'll be all over this game. Well, not all over this game, but I'll be having fun with this game. The Cavs. Dude, the Cavs are on the road, and like the Vegas lines have finally caught up. Cavs are underdogs tonight. Joel Embiid, Paul George sounds like they're good to go. Tyrese Maxey should score 50 points tonight. I don't know. I can't imagine Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland are staying in front of him. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. Did you see the line that CMB had the other day? Hadn't been since. Yeah, that was the overtime game, right? Was that when he played like 40-something minutes? Yeah, I love him, man. I really. You guys got a gem. You guys got a gem. I forget what I shouted. I shouted him out on some. Maybe it was Live Before Lock gave you a shout out. The Jazz are playing the Bulls. Lowry Markkanen revenge night. Lowry and Keontae should cook. The only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is they have 14 wins. That feels like too many wins for the Jazz. But man, Lowry and Keontae should go nuts. Yusuf too. I mean, so an underdog today, Yusuf Nurkic is a top 10 pick. It's 2026, and we're like, hey, you know who you should play tonight? Yusuf Nurkic. Yeah, he should absolutely just kill Vucevic. And then Vucci Mane, Kobe White, Matas Bushelish. Those are all fun. I don't think, no, I'm not excited to play Jarris Walker, DJP. Brooklyn Nets here, 2.5-point faves over the New Orleans Pelicans. Pellies are on a back-to-back. Okay, so this is my only concern. Now, Michael Porter Jr. and Nick Claxton are already ruled in. So the Brooklyn Nets have 11 wins. Okay? The New Orleans Pelicans have 9 wins. The Pelicans don't have a first-round pick. The Brooklyn Nets need to get below the New Orleans Pelicans, right? Why? If there was ever a game to just say, MPJ, you're playing 9 minutes tonight. Nick Claxton, take the night off. Wouldn't it be tonight? Pelicans are on a back-to-back after losing last night's game. Zion's been playing back-to-back, so I'm not too concerned about that. Sadiq Bey missed a ton of time. Then he came back and played 31 minutes, so maybe he's just like good to go. Herb Jones is questionable tonight. Herb Jones! But I don't think he's going to play. I think he's going to miss another one. So I don't know. I don't really know what to make of this. I feel like Pelicans money line, not financial advice, can't play the drop. I need like a touch screen. But yeah, I don't know. That kind of feels a little funky. That feels a little funky. There you got the Denver Nuggets playing the Dallas Mavericks. And one of the funniest things that I've seen, and this is why the Dallas Mavericks need to fire everybody in their organization. They got rid of Nico. They need to get rid of the training staff again because Monday night, PJ Washington, play the drop, was ruled out of the game. Right after he was ruled out of the game, a report came out that was like, he just resumed on-court activities, will miss another week. Tonight, PJ Washington is listed as questionable. I'm pretty sure he's not going to play. Like, what are we doing? So I'm going to go ahead and say no PJ, no AD. Max Christie is now doubtful. So the only thing that I could see happening is PJ gets ruled in just because they need to have 10 guys and that he doesn't play. So fire up your Najee Marshalls. Brandon Williams missed the last game. He's questionable. He'd be really fun if he came back because I feel like we're going to get a lot of points on this. It's only Jaden Hardy night if Brandon Williams gets ruled out because Hardy cooked a little bit, but they're playing D'Lo some minutes. Ryan Nembhard is going to be the guy that plays most of the minutes. I mean, you need Jaden Hardy's not filling up the stat sheet, right? So you need him to score like 30 points. I don't know what his cap is on So Rare. So if he has like a cap of 2, sure, why not? But I think I would go. I would go to. This is just Najee and Cooper Flag. Remember, the Con Knipple, Rookie of the Year, VJ Edge. Everybody can shove it. It's Cooper Flag. Still a sick draft class though. But yeah, Bing Bong. Oh no, Denver. Sorry, Denver. Jamal Murray came back, and I kind of think he's going to play tonight. Because if he was going to miss one of those 2 games, wouldn't it have been yesterday. I think Jamal Murray's going to play tonight. I actually think all of those guys are going to play tonight. I think they're all going to play tonight. They are favored by 1.5. I think they're all going to go. Bing Bong. I feel like the Knicks haven't played in a while. That's probably not true, but Josh Hart returned. Josh Hart was back in action. He played 30 minutes in his first game, too. That's fun. I don't know. I hate this game. The Kings. Oh, this is my fun take. And if you watched Bagel with Locks, go check it out. I mean, if you read it, go look at it, but it was in there. So, okay, Dennis Schroeder. We didn't even get to talk about this. There was even a Shams tweet about it. So Luke has just been calling Dennis Schroeder a bitch for a long time. And then Dennis was like, hey, man, I don't want you to call me a bitch anymore. And then it was so allegedly went and slapped them after the game. I just, man, the Kings. Mwah, I love the Sacramento Kings. So this is the third consecutive game, or the third game of Dennis Schroeder's 3-game suspension. So he's going to miss tonight's game. Doug Christie has gone out of his way, in the same way that Eric Spoelstra treats Kel'el Ware, to not play Malik Monk. All right. In the 2 games so far, without Schroeder. Okay, well, Power Duster, you say attempted to slap, but did not make contact. However, Dennis Schroeder commented on the Instagram post saying that it was an alleged slap, and he said alleged with like an LOL emoji. So, fake news. But anyways, Doug Christie's tried his hardest not to play Malik Monk. In the 2 games that Monk has not, that Schroeder has not played, Monk has played 27 and 31 minutes. Now, Malik Monk is in all of the Jonathan Kuminga trade rumors, whether it's a 2-team, 3-team, 4-team trade, right? This is probably the last time that Malik Monk gets to get showcased, right? Malik Monk night? Malik Monk overs? I don't know. Maybe it's too thin, but I got excited about it. Okay, a lot of Bosna talk in the chat. There was a Balkan report on that, and someone in the comments wrote something like, Dennis is a Euro champ. Who is this fake Harden? That's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious. Love that stuff. I need more Balkan reporting in the chat. Anyways, I'm kind of into Malik Monk a little bit. Yeah, try not to play Monk because they might accidentally win more games. This might be the last time. Your last time to play Monk. And then the last game of the night, I will continue to believe that every Q tag for Kawhi Leonard is fake. He is questioned. This is like the opposite of Kawhi, right? Normally, he wouldn't have a Q tag, and then all of a sudden he wouldn't play. Now, every game, they're like, I don't know if Kawhi's playing. And he's like, joke's on you, suckers, I'm playing. Now, they are playing the Wizards. They're favored by 12.5. If there was ever a time to rest Kawhi, would be now. But he said he's going to continue to be a game-time decision with this ankle injury when he rolled it playing the Knicks when he stepped on a fan last week, right? However, after every game, he's basically been asked, how does it feel? How does it feel? Bob Dylan impression this morning? We're feeling better. And he said it's been good. So I'm going to continue to say Kawhi's going to play. We won't have the information before lock because it's like a 10:30 game or whatever. Again, this may be the most like the first game after the injury was the one that I would have bet he missed out of all of them. Once he played that one, I felt like he was going to play all of them. The reason why tonight stands out is because it's the Wizards. Did you catch the last Pablo ep on the Clippers? I did. It was great. It was just good to have that back. I love the Pablo eps, man. I put this in the Discord too. I have 5 like gift subscriptions to his Substack. If any of you guys are interested in that, hit me up. It's just like a free month. You don't have to pay any money or anything. Which he had like a Substack only show, which was pretty good for his paid members. I've really been enjoying the Substack, so I hope you guys come over there. I tried to do, because I wasn't feeling well yesterday, like a live chat NBA bit that only Stubbs and Travel Addict guy showed up for. So we need Bagel with Locks gift subscriptions. Bagel with Locks is free right now. I haven't paywalled any of it. Travel Addict guy, send me a DM, and I'll send it to you. But yeah, all the Bagel with Lock stuff is free, baby. Anything else that we missed? I feel like we did a good job catching up on everything. Apologies that my computer sucked today. I don't know what that's about. I think we just need a hard reboot and we'll be good to go. But I think that's it. Today. I'm excited for Colin Murray Boyles night. Been waiting for this for a long time. I was going to do a best ball check-in because I've been pretty excited. I have like 40 teams advancing right now. Also, in best ball, it's quietly week 13. It's quietly week 13 of 17 for like round 1. So we're almost there. Will there be a stream for the trade deadline? Yeah, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different, DJP. Where like the week leading up to, I'll do a trade deadline show, but the week leading up to it, or like the 2 weeks leading up to it, I'm just going to be pretty flexible. And I'm going to do a lot of once news breaks go live. So we'll do some emergency pods. Because I have found, like in the FBI arrest thing, in the what was the other one? Michael Malone when he got fired. There's been a couple of versions of this. When we just kind of go live right away, we get like really big numbers. So that's what we're going to do. That's how we're going to build it. Power Dutch said, what's the Clippers outlook for the rest of the season? Keep everyone in fight. Yeah, I think they're going to, I mean, especially with the Grizzlies and the Trailblazers just going to regress at some point, the Clippers are going to find themselves in the 9 seed worst case, right? So if that happens, if they get into the play, like I could still see them making a move trying to get better. I don't know who John Roberson is. No, I don't. Yeah, that was Malone. That was Malone. Emo said, my one best ball team is Giannis, Maxey, Jalen. Feels nice. Yeah, man. I mean, I have I'm lucked out, but the Keontae George ownership is finally paid off. The Jokic injury stuff was scary, but because we got like good options behind him, whether it's Zion, I have a lot of Embiid behind Jokic. We're okay. We're staying alive here. We're staying alive, but I think that's going to do it here this morning. Go check out the the Badge Board Bros. Go check out the Badge Bros at 2:00. Hang out with them. We're tomorrow, as I'm talking about this, I think tomorrow afternoon, I might do a show doing some dog bowl drafts. I'm not going to do too many of them. I might just do 15, but I think we're going to do that. We're going to do that live. Let's do some content. So we'll do that tomorrow afternoon as well. I think we're feeling a little bit better. I think we're good to go now. I got to figure out how I'm going to be able to end this stream here. I think I found, yeah, there we go. We found the button. I don't know if we're going to be able to end it. I can't play the video, I don't think, but I got to keep, there we go. I got to just scroll to it. This is insane. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Good to be back. Sorry I was out for a couple of days. We'll be back at it tomorrow.